live on YouTube, and this is Forex Trading Course 101. And remember the three pillars: the strategy, the system, the risk management, and the big one, the psychology part, everybody. And if this is your first time, we are in the beginner module. We are talking about trends, trend lines, support, resistance, pivot points, candlestick formations. We are not talking anymore about market structure, highs and lows, and trends. So if this is your first time and you have difficulties, of course, please ask questions. Hello, Frederick, how are you? Please ask questions. And remember, 90% of traders lose money in the Forex market worldwide, and the webinars are not investment or trading advice. Give us the pivot points, baby. What time frame? Time frames, not time frame. What currency pair, Frederick? What currency pair? And for homeworks and or questions, you have the Gmail contact, the Skype contact, and the LinkedIn contact. That being said, let's dive into the live charts. Hello George, hello Miguel, and remember everybody, I have a 20 seconds delay on the chart, okay, on the screen. So Frederick, tell me, I'm going to give you the pivot points. Tell me the currency pairs. Hello Eddington, how goes trading? Great. It's boring, it's always the same, but it's still great, you know. But it's boring, it's always the same entries, same risk reward, everything's the same, right? So Frederick, tell me a currency pair. What do you want? Euro dollar, USD JPY, GB, what do you want? I can give you the pivot points, and then we need to check how to trade. We are going to learn how to trade. I must say I personally love Euro dollar the most. Okay, Euro USD. Everybody, you can also connect one one with the other, okay? If somebody of you in between you have, hello Annie, how are you? If somebody has all the pivot points on all the currency pairs, you can connect one with the other, you can send screenshots to one another, right? Hello, Frederick Nobel, you love it now. One day you will hate. Yes, correct. USD CHF is gone crazy. Yes, I'm shorting the USD CHF. Let me see. Yes, okay, great. Everything is Euro dollar. So once more, everybody, you are going to take a horizontal line and you are going to find areas where the market is going to touch the band from both of the sides. So this is so far resistance, 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 not a pivot point, resistance, resistance, resistance. There you go. This is the first pivot point area, Frederick. And then you go the same, doing the same, and this is the second pivot point area, and you're going to do the same. Let me see, this is the third pivot point area, and one more, let me see, maybe, and this is the fourth pivot point area so far, okay. Okay, Frederick, but you need to check the charts on TradingView or any other charting software, because you could have more areas and sometimes JForex is missing data. Define crazy. It's falling. Oh, Eddington is in love again. Great. Okay. Frederick, do you have? Wasn't pivot point a special indicator? There is an indicator, but it's not the same. It's not the same. Like you can add it in JForex. There is an indicator, we can check here. add indicator, pivot. You have Camarilla pivots, Fibonacci pivot, pivot, woody pivot. Let's take this one, but doesn't work on the monthly, right? Maybe on the... They are different indicators, Frederick, but they are not the same. Okay, so take a screenshot or just write down the numbers. Miguel, bananas. Yes. Okay, everybody, so let's open a new chart. We are going to talk about the in a downtrend, right? So we need to check here. Let's open AUDUSD. AUDUSD. So we are changing AUDUSD monthly chart first, and as you can see, you can determine the upper band, right? This is going to be in red. Clone the lower band. I don't remember if we are missing any data, but this is going to be the example. Okay, upper band, lower band. Then we are going to draw some trend lines. This is going to be the first trend line. Where is the transparency? Something like this. And the second trend line is going to be something like that. Okay. Now, we don't have the crystal ball, and let me see. Okay, there we go. So let's see that we are here. Okay, so this is enough time on the monthly, and we are going to put this as a pivot point. Okay, one more if you want. There you go. Okay, from the monthly chart, the market touched this area, reacted, and the market touched this line, this area here, and reacted. Okay, everybody. George, are we okay on this one? Eddington says, yes, there is a button you can click to turn on pivots, but they are not accurate in a general sense. Thank you, Eddington. Where is my friend George? I want to hear from him. Are we okay on that one today? And everybody else, are we okay in here? That this is the green line, is the pivot point. We're going to do the trading exercise similarly, as yesterday, similar exercise as yesterday. George says okay, okay, great. Now, this is the monthly chart. We are going to trade from the daily. Okay, I'm going to put a horizontal line. So from this one, I'm going on the daily chart. Okay, daily chart. Okay, there you go. So I'm going to compress the chart, compress the chart, compress the chart. I'm eating chop suey while watching you. I don't know in English how you say have a great meal, have a great lunch, whatever. Okay, everybody, so what did we learn yesterday? We learned about phase number 1, 2, and 3, right? And phase number 1 is here, right? When we arrive at the pivot point, of course we are not going to trade this, because we are going to trade from the vertical line here, because we don't know the future. This is why I put this vertical line. Okay, so when the market is going to approach this pivot point, we said pocket your profits, stay out, don't go short. Or if you want, it's a riskier way of trading, but you can counter trends trade, right? So you can go long if you want. Okay, and everybody, you have enough knowledge if you want to counter trend trade, you know. Remember how to spot a trend, how to confirm a trend, the trend lines, where the stop loss should go. You have enough knowledge so far. Okay, now, so we are here on the daily chart, and our long-term bias is Question: what is our long-term bias? What is better, to be short long-term as a beginner trader, or it's better to be long? Question number 1 for today. What is better, to be short or to be long? Of course, we are talking about technicals, right? Based on the technicals, should we short the market? Should we go long? Should we buy AUDUSD? Should we sell AUDUSD? What should we do? And remember, what we have learned also, there are, as a beginner trader, there are some tradable and some non-tradable behaviors, right? So if this is what we see, we can also spot this kind of behavior, right? So let's make it like this, and let's make it like this, right? So short or sudden drop of USD. Miguel, I'm telling you, this price movement was predictable if you follow structure and if you follow the trends. Okay, so we are here right now. Okay, I'm going to delete the horizontal line, and the market is doing what? The market is doing this, right? Lower highs and higher lows. And we said this price movement is not tradable for the beginner trader, so we are staying out, right? And we are just monitor the market. Let's monitor the market moving sideways. I'm going to delete this long-term uptrend line. No use anymore. Okay, so we want to go short, and let me see, this is the uptrend line, right? Let me see, the market is moving, there you go, moving, right? Okay, moving, still moving up. Look at the reaction, everybody. The market hit the pivot point, and this is the reaction. Okay, I'm going to delete the circle, delete this, this is the uptrend line. We want to go short. And another one, if you want, like in here, right? And another one like in here. Okay, this is the daily chart. It could be the 2-hour chart, the 1-hour chart. Okay, so let's see. Okay, there you go. The market broke the first aggressive uptrend line, right? Who in here wants to go short, everybody? I'm going to dive into the chart. So something like this. Okay, we have the first aggressive uptrend line break, right? Who in here wants to go short? Remember, down here is the pivot point area, right? And we want to short the market because we are on the monthly chart, we are near the upper band. So most likely and long-term bias is short, right? Now high, low, lower high, right? Maybe we can wait for one more. There you go, we have the lower low. Okay, there you go. Who in here wants to go short? Is anybody here who wants to go long? And remember, there is no right or wrong. Long trade in this area are just riskier. Short trade would be the obvious choice. Okay, so we have two lower lows, we have two highs and two lows, and the second high is a lower high and the second low is a lower low, right? And we have the first uptrend line break, the aggressive one. So who in here would go? Frederick. Okay, great. So Frederick is in. Now let's see what is going to happen. The market is moving sideways. Congratulations, Frederick. You are in the money. Counter trend line number 2. Who wants to short in here? Who wants to short in here? Frederick was in. The first counter trend line, second counter trend line. Who wants to go? Yes, short, George. Okay, let's short the market. George is in the money. Frederick is in the money. Third counter trend line break. Who wants to go short in here? Who wants to go short in here? Wait, next counter trend line. Okay, so Miguel, now let's see everybody. The market is falling, right? It's waving. The market wave. We learned about the market wave. We learned about extensions, retracements, right? So I'm going to delete this one. Delete. Right. So this is going to be the first extension, retracement, extension, retracement, extension. And we have multiple counter trendline breaks. As a beginner trader, this could be the daily, this could be the 2-hour chart, the 4-hour chart. Eddington short. Okay, everybody short. One more, we are going to put a down trend line. Display distance, no sir, we don't need. We're going to draw a down trend line. Okay. Now let's see, let's wait. So the market is moving. One more counter trend line break if you want. We are moving our downtrend line. No distance. No, I don't want to display the distance. No. There you go. No, no distance. Okay, so the market is falling again. Passion, is that easy? Question on the other platform, not YouTube. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Is that easy, everybody? Okay, but you need to be, how you say? You need to have faith, and you need to believe in your education. You know, is that easy? Well, why not? I'm breaking any rules. I'm just using what we learned so far, right? Trading, in the end, it's not that complicated, everybody. It's get complicated when you put 25 indicators on the chart. Then it's get complicated, but in the end, it's just on the base is just structure, trend lines, counter trend line, and the long-term direction. That's it. And the fight between the bulls and the bears and the market wave. That's it. Oh man, it couldn't be that simple, right? Not possible. Better have everyone on one chat. Yes. Hello boss, how are you? Everybody, Yanis is our boss, so pay your respect to him. He is our captain. Casa, not a chart. Ah yes, chart, okay, yes. So, moving, let's see what is going to happen. Sideways. Okay, let's see. Now we are here. We are here. We are still far from the pivot point, okay, but we have the down trend line break. Now this is the daily chart. The one who shorted the market, the trader number 1, 2, 3 and 4, when this happens you can pocket your profits if you want, or you can wait, right? There is no right or wrong if you want. Yes, moderated, but also boss. Okay. And everybody, if you want to give webinars, Yanis is the man to talk to. Of course, you need to buy him a beer and if you are a woman, a pizza, you know, and something like that. I'm just joking, no problem. As usual, everything is working fine on this program, no sound, video, buffering issues. Yes, sir, thank you. Okay, everybody, so you can pocket your profits if you want, or you can, if you didn't short the market. Now let's see, what did you learn, everybody? What did you learn? What is this? The market just broke our downtrend line. What is this called? Because now that the market broke our downtrend line, something is to be expected. What is going to happen here? Most likely, do not spread this information. I said I'm joking, okay, no problem. I'm going to give them your telephone number, so don't worry. They're going to visit. Okay, what is this, everybody? Miguel, Eddington, Frederick, Max, George, Annie. When the market breaks the downtrend line, what is this? What is this? What is this leg called? And then we have what? The first higher high, right? I'm going to circle this in violet. Okay, so what is going to happen? Most likely we don't have the crystal ball. Retracement, no sir. Oh yes, what is going to happen? Yes, Miguel, you're correct. Everybody, this is the extension, and as Miguel said, if you want, you can pocket your profits and prepare yourself for the retracement. Yes, Annie, you're correct. Higher highs, higher low. Okay, so if this is the retracement, we are still shorting the market, right? We are going to draw a counter trend line on the retracement, because what we are going to expect, we are going to expect a retracement, right? And by rule, retracement shouldn't be, it must not be bigger or longer than the extension. So we are here, we're just going to monitor the market, and we have another counter trend line break. Who wants to short the market in here? Who wants to short the market in here, everybody? Anyone? We have another counter trend line break. We have a lower low, right? We are going to check. This is a lower high and a lower low. There you go. Okay, do you want to short the market? You can say yes, you can say no, you can say I don't know, right? This is a counter trend line break. Frederick says no, Miguel says no. Okay, great, there is no right or wrong. George says no. Let's wait, let's wait. Wow, the market's moving up, and bam, we have another counter trend line break in here. What about now? Of course, we don't have the crystal ball, right? I showed you too much, everybody. Now everybody, yes, 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 of course, yes. You can see the no too much risk. This is for before, yes, okay. So everybody, we not yet waiting for the lower low from the previous extension. Yes, sir. So if this is structure with different highs and lows, and this is the structure low, I'm going to delete some. Delete. So Eddington is saying no, too much risk. I want to see the market breaking the low of the previous extension. So let's wait. Okay, now the market is falling. Wait. Okay, one more. So this is the market. We have another counter trend line break in here. Who has the courage to enter a short trade in here, everybody? Who has the courage? Still not yet. Now waiting for the next retracement and then new counter trend line to the downside. So would you enter in here, Eddington? the arrow is pointing, we have a counter trendline break. On the downside, would you enter the market here? Would you short the market? And what about you, Miguel, George, Annie, Frederick, Max, Mikhail, if you are online? Would you short the market in here? And I'm going to delete these lower lows, lower highs, right? We need to keep track of the market wave. So I'm going to delete the different opportunities, right? So this was extension, this was retracement, and this is so far, right? I need to wait, we need to wait, and something like this. Okay, we need to wait to close the pivot point. No sir, no, we are approaching the pivot. Yes, short, yes, go short, but it's close to the pivot point, so be careful. George, what do you mean? Yes, short, but be careful. George, if you are my teacher George, short, yes or no? What do you mean, be careful? Miguel says, I wait till after the pivot. And Eddington is asking, how is that you be... Yes, I'm wondering the same thing, be careful, how? I mean, what should I do? Short? Okay. So George and Frederick are in. Let's see what is going to happen. One more. Whoops. Where did we enter? Well, we entered when the candle closed, right? So we entered here. Where is the green? There you go. Thought we might get another retracement before the pivot is broken. We don't know, we don't have the crystal ball. Okay, so George and Frederick are in the green line. This is where the candle closed. Let's see what is going to happen. Maybe, whoa, they are winning. Okay, they are winning. And we have another counter trendline break in here. Who wants to go short on this one, everybody? Who wants to go short on... Where is the color? There you go. And let's make it like this. Who wants to go short on this counter trend line? The first are George and Frederick. The second one, anybody else? Short with small profit loss target, not too big because it can reverse at the pivot point. George, I agree with you in theory, but in trading, how can you predict where is the pivot point? It's an area, everybody, we don't know. Maybe it's like this, the pivot point, right? So when you are in here, if you are a beginner trader, stay out, don't go short. Okay, enough wins, pocket and wait. Okay, great, everybody. So we're going to delete the quadrant. Okay, Frederick, what about you? Do you want to go short one last time in here? George says no, enough for me. What about you? There is no right or wrong, everybody, but we are approaching the area, right? We don't know where. Sometimes what we have learned is with support and resistance is that sometimes the market is going connect, right? Sometimes the market is going to go through, right? And sometimes the market in a downtrend with the resistance, sometimes the market, it won't even touch the previous resistance, right? So this is one. We learned this in the previous webinars, how the market works. So this is one, and clone. Sometimes it's going to break through, and sometimes is not going to touch the resistance, right? So we don't know what is going to happen. Maybe the market is going to, and this is an area, everybody, remember, it's not a line, it's not a number. Pivot points and big support resistance levels on the monthly chart are not lines, are not numbers. It's not 0.95407. Frederick says no. Okay, so let's see what is going to happen. And what do we have here? So, see everybody, Max was asking yesterday, oh, what are the pivot points for? Why should we have the pivot points? And this is the answer. You could be trading with your mega super JP Morgan Chase crystal ball system in here on the 1 hour chart, on the 15-minute chart, on the 2 hour chart, right? And everything is pointing down. The Fibonacci is pointing down, and structure is pointing down, and the short-term trend is pointing down, and the long-term trend is pointing down, and the parabolic SAR is pointing down, and the stochastic is pointing down, and the MACD is in the overbought zone, and the RSI is in the overbought zone, and you are going to enter a short rate, you know, and you are going to lose. And if you are a beginner trader, you are going to think, man, this robot doesn't work, this system doesn't work, this strategy doesn't work, this indicator doesn't work. Well, in reality, all of them work, just not near the pivot point. Based on your definition yesterday and taking into account that pivot point is an area, I think pivot points areas are everywhere. George, pivot points that we have are just from the monthly chart. Okay, just from the monthly chart. If you're going to go on the smaller scale, daily or whatever, those are not pivot points anymore. The pivot points that we are talking about are just from the monthly chart. Maybe sometimes, okay, we have also on the weekly, but the monthly as a rule. Okay? Everybody, let me see. Let me see if I can open a chart. Let me see. Let me see. Don't have here, okay? Give me a second, George. Give which one? Maybe not. Let me see. Daily, maybe. Where are we? Whoops. Where is the chart? I don't have it. Okay, anyway, just from the monthly, George. Okay. Oh, okay. Canada, JPY. Let me see if I have what I'm looking. Okay, everybody, there you go. Don't do this. Okay. Don't do this, everybody. I'm going to delete the indicators. This is what George is talking about. Don't do this, everybody. Okay, you are not going anywhere with this one. This is one example on how what not to do. Okay, all the lines, the blue, the yellow, the orange are pivot points. Okay, from the daily, as George said, oh, they are everywhere. Don't do this, everybody. Just from the monthly. Do yourself a favor, George, draw them on the monthly and keep them open on all time frames so you can see the monthly pivot on the daily in 2 hours. Yes sir, this was the actual homework from yesterday. Okay, so back to trading. We are going to draw another uptrend line. So we have extension, retracement, extension. We are now monitoring the next retracement, right? So let's color code this in black, and there you go, something like this. Okay, there you go. We are monitoring the chart, still a higher high, and we are going to adjust our uptrend line still. Let's see, we are monitoring the market, still higher high. See everybody, if you want, you can go long also, right? When the market hit a pivot point area, and NZD CAD is a great example. Of course, this way of doing things is riskier, right? Why is that? Because retracements are shorter or smaller, if you want to use another word. Okay, let's see. Okay, now what do we have here? The market broke the previous structure high, so this structure is not valid anymore, not valid anymore, not valid anymore. Okay, we are just monitoring here. Adjust the uptrend line and monitor the market. Passion, should we stay out all this time? No, not anymore. We are upgrading your knowledge. You could buy the market. Counter trend line break, counter trend line break, counter trend line break, counter trend line break. You've learned, everybody, how to spot and confirm, right? How to spot and confirm an uptrend, right? So when you have a confirmation of the uptrend, even though when it's in a retracement mode, it didn't break the structure high yet, you can go long. Why not? And this could be the 1 hour chart, the 2 hour chart, the 4 hour chart, right? So in the basic module you are asking, oh Passion, should we stay out for 3 months? And I said, yes sir, yes ma'am. If you are asking right now, the answer is no. You can go long if you want. You have enough knowledge how to identify structure, how to identify the short-term trend, how to confirm the trend. We've learned all of this stuff. So if you want, you can go long, right? Now let's see, and let's wait, right? We learned this. So structure, retracement, extension, retracement, extension, retracement, extension, right? Let's monitor the market. Okay, there we go. And this is AUDUSD daily chart, right? If you are a complete beginner, well, you have other currency pairs to trade if you want, right? If you are not a beginner anymore, you could go long here, no problem. What about now? Who in here would go short again? And still we are talking how to trade pivot points in a downtrend, right? So we have a long-term uptrend line break, and it's always the same, everybody. High to low, low to high, high to low. I need to have 2 candles on the left and 2 on the right. There you go. Okay, now you have a confirmed downtrend. Minimum 2 lows and 2 highs. The second low and the second high must be a lower low and the lower high, right? So if you are not comfortable of shorting in here, as Miguel says, I'm going to wait for the next opportunity, right? Well, we are going to draw another counter trend line up in here. And then yes, correct, wait till confirmation. Yes, okay. Now it's going up, still moving up, up, and we are monitoring this, right? There you go. One more. Let me see if I can zoom in the chart. There you go. We are monitoring the counter trend line. Bam, counter trend line break. Who in here would enter short in here? Who would short the market in here? This was the close of the candle, right? Let's see how smart you are, everybody. Let's see how smart you are. Who in here would short the market? Remember, why is this, why sometimes this is confusing? Well, because we are trying to upgrade your knowledge. So I post a tricky question. Who in here wants to short the market? Any? I want. Okay. Who else? No. Also the downtrend structure is broken. George, no. And he says yes. Who else, everybody? And he says yes, has a fair point. The market broke the counter trend line. So okay. George says no, because he sees this higher high in here. Right? George says no, the market broke this one, right? Okay, so both have. Eddington says no. What about you, Frederick, Miguel? And everybody else online? Don't be shy, there is no right or wrong. Okay, we need to address different structures and different technical risks. Miguel says no, the last high is higher high. Eddington says we have a new high which makes the uptrend line continue, so look for the opposite counter trend line break to the upper side and go long. Wow, wow. So let's do this. Annie is short and Eddington says, so let's do this. Annie says short. Come on, okay, not the perfect arrow, but still. So Annie is shorting the market in here. Okay, and Eddington says, well, this is not valid anymore, not valid anymore, not valid anymore. So I have a continuation of the uptrend. So this is still red, right? It's the same uptrend. There you go. And Eddington says, Frederick says one more high and then go short. Let's wait, everybody. The market is falling. And let me see. Okay. Black one. Okay. One more. There you go. Not the perfect example. Okay. So Eddington, would you go long in here? Counter trend line to the upside. You have a perfect example of the counter trend line. Yes? Frederick says one more. It's more like a sideways, that continuation of the uptrend. Well, looks like, but still the market is moving right. The market is making higher highs, higher lows. Frederick short. Why short right now? No bullish candle. You don't need a bullish candle. You have a bullish candle in here. This is your bullish candle and you have a counter trend line break. But okay, no problem. Let's wait. Let's wait. Right? So not yet. Okay, not yet. So any short, right? Let me see. What about now, Eddington? You have a bullish candle in here. You have a bullish candle in here. Would you go long on this one? We have 10 more minutes, everybody. Would you go long on this one? And look how perfectly this is connecting to past support, everybody. And it's still short though. Okay, but Eddington wants to go long. And this is a, right, it was a counter trend line break, not the perfect one. Eddington says, well, I want a bullish candle. Well, there you go. This is a bullish candle. Trend line changes now, so it's no break. Okay, great. Eddington says, well, this is not the counter trend line break, so let's wait. What about now? And it's still short. Eddington wants to go long. Everybody, if I hope we are going to have enough time. One of them are going to lose, believe me. And the lesson today is you need to understand why. One of them are going to lose. You need to understand. What about now, Eddington? Enter. Come on. There is no right or wrong. Don't be shy. Now you have a counter trend line break and you have a bullish candlestick formation. Agreed? Eddington went quiet. He's thinking. Okay, I'm going to take James, right? James said, well, yes, let's go long. So James is going to enter in here. Miguel now long. Great. Thank you, Miguel. At least you have courage. At least you are courageous, right? Eddington still still quiet. Okay, everybody, who is taking the bigger risk, technically speaking? There is no right or wrong. We don't have the crystal ball. Now long. Okay, thank you. So Miguel and Eddington are against any. One of them are going to lose, everybody. Okay. What do you think? This is the AUDUSD daily chart. Who in here is taking the bigger technical risk? What do you think? Remember, okay, so this, I'm going to draw a horizontal line on the candle, okay? Because some of you are, oh, we cannot see the future. Yes, you're correct. Now, before talking and direction and everything, which one is the confirmation time frame? If you are trading on the daily, which one is the confirmation time frame? There is no right or wrong, okay? I'm not saying any is right, Eddington, Miguel are wrong. I'm not saying Eddington and Miguel are right, any is wrong. There is no right or wrong. Both of them have valid reasons to go short and to go long. The question is, who is taking the bigger technical risk? Right? And we don't have the crystal ball. The retracement is shorter, so I closed the trend line. I had closed the trade. Okay, so any is out, but let's say I'm in. I'm still in. I'm still in. Okay, now we're going to go from the daily, and we have the horizontal line here. We're going to move on the weekly, because the weekly chart is the confirmation time frame. Do we agree on this? The weekly is the confirmation time frame of the daily. So let's go on the weekly. Hopefully. Okay, there you go. There you go. Now I'm going to delete a few things. 1, 2, 3, right? And I'm going back in time. So from the weekly, structure high, structure low, structure high, very slowly. I don't have the crystal ball. Let's go very slowly, slowly until the horizontal line. Till the horizontal line. There you go. What can you see, everybody? What can you see from the... There is no right or wrong, right? But talking about technical risk, who has the better chance, right? Who has the better chance? So maybe both are going to win. As I said, there is no right or wrong. Both of them has valid points. Okay? Me, I want to short the market, Annie is out, but still I'm stubborn, I want to short the market in here, and Miguel and Eddington are stubborn, they want to go long. There is no right or wrong, both, I mean, all of them have valid points, right? And I'm going to delete the previous, delete, counter, trend line, delete. Looks like a strong resistance stop, yes it is, but still you still have space, you know. You need to focus, everybody. As a beginner trader, you need to focus. Those quadrants are the technical answer. Those two are the technical answer. Not tradable should go down is the weekly pattern continues. Yes, George. Yes, George. Okay. Now, even though the buyers here still have room to go up, nonetheless the market should not break this structure high if the down structure is to continue. Okay, so technically speaking, from the monthly perspective, from the weekly perspective, Annie or me are in much better shape. Technically speaking, me and Annie are much in a better shape than Eddington and Miguel. Does this mean that Eddington and Miguel are going to lose? Well, nobody knows. But this is their profit area. Okay, this is their profit area, is this one. And there you go. And mine and Annie's profit area is this one. Right? And what about risk? Right? It goes in the opposite direction. So me and Annie can risk this one, the small quadrant, and we can go after this one. And again, can Eddington and Miguel win? Yes, they can. We don't know. But as a beginner trader, before entering short or long, you should address your confirmation time frame. Now we have 3 more minutes, so let's go on the daily. I'm going to delete the quadrants, delete this, and let's see how it's going to play out. Okay, so here they go, there you go. Okay, now the market is falling. Let's see, moving sideways up, right? This is I just deleted the trend line, no problem. So this was the short rate, right? There you go. So what happened in here? What happened in here? Who lost, who won, right? And this is the daily chart. Well, most likely Eddington and Miguel entered, right? But this was what? What was this? Was this an okay trade? Was not an okay trade? You know, I think we are wrong on this one, Miguel. Not necessarily, Eddington. Not necessarily. You had all the reasons to go up, right? On the daily. Okay? Not necessarily. But from the weekly, this was not the best place. Okay? So you have more space, but between choosing to go short or to go long, we were approaching, everybody, the structure high. Now let's see. Okay, let's see what the market's going to do. Moving up, sideways, right? Break even if you have enough capital. Miguel and Eddington, if you had enough capital to sustain, right? But in all fairness, if you would follow the rules, you would be stopped out in here. Why? Because the market made a lower low structure in here. Okay? Or maybe not, because if you have enough capital to sustain to put the stop loss down here, okay, maybe you went to break even, but nonetheless, let's see how oh, it's reversing. Look at this. So if you would have enough capital, everybody, Miguel and Eddington, still they could win on this one. Okay, but nonetheless, what happened in the long term? The market finally, man, and George said it's going sideways, right? And finally, right? There you go. This is the arrow. So if you would have enough capital, when to break even and take a profit, right? Or maybe not, because you need to earn more than you are risking. Okay, but nonetheless, me and Annie, who are shorting the market, at the end the market is falling, right? Okay, everybody, our time is up. See you back tomorrow with another episode of the Forex trading course. This is FXPassion signing off.